Well, from Columbia University, want to get back out to that breaking news at Fordham University.
Yeah, you see the police presence right there. The big group pro-Palestinian protesters are there, and so is our Anthony DiLorenzo. Anthony, what's the scene like?
Oh, Candace, they have gathered here at the Fordham Lincoln Center campus. This morning, it was a small group. They started inside, and you can see that it has swelled to about over 100 people here on West 60th Street between Columbus and Amsterdam. Police here from the Strategic Response Group have now showed up with their riot gear on. However, they have not mobilized or made any arrests just yet. They are moving to really surround this atrium area. This is the welcome center to Fordham Lincoln Center campus, and there are about a dozen or so protesters inside of that location where you see those windows and you see all of those flyers that have been set up. They were told to leave, but of course they have now refused, and we are told that they have reportedly been suspended as a result. Administrators tried to work out a dialogue with them. They brought in some clergy to try and negotiate, but they are still inside. And you can see now how the Strategic Response Group has created a ring around this building now because some of the protesters were banging on those windows a bit earlier. But this is now just the latest in the continued protesting that we have seen at campuses here in the city and across the country in the wake of the war in Israel and Gaza. So the chanting continues here, calling for divesting and disclosing any sort of ties to Israel. These are pro-Palestinian protesters, of course, but right now no arrests have been made. Let's show you a little bit down the street here on 60th. You can see those NYPD buses. Those have been brought in just in case they ultimately do have to come in and make any arrests later on this afternoon. But so far, everything has remained relatively peaceful. We're going to stay out here and continue to monitor the situation. But again, if you're headed this way, Lincoln Center now jammed with traffic because they have closed down portions of the streets. That's the latest live here in Lincoln Center. I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Pix 11 News.
And all of this playing out during rush hour. Anthony DiLorenzo there on that tense situation near Fordham Lincoln Center campus. Anthony, thank you.